R.J. Young on his that was on his YouTube channel. And again, we added titles to you, R.J., because you're R.J. Young, OUinsider.com. Find him on his YouTube channel, and host of Fight Me on the Sports Channel. So you added a new title on Sunday. Not bad at all.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah. Hey, lots to cover. Okay. Because you talked about, I think that was yesterday, about Alex Grinch, about some of the things that he wants to do. And I love how you said bigger people at small positions, smaller people at big positions. But also he talked about, this was tweeted out this morning, Grinch says he wants his defense to shoot for 24 or more takeaways, every season. 2015, they had 27 takeaways. They haven't had more than 18 since then in the last 3 years. Last year was the low of the lows, only 11 turnovers. Look, obviously, anytime you turn the other team over, you have a great chance to be successful. And you do that not only by being, athletes, being prepared, but you just do that by being nasty and rattling to the football. And that's something we haven't seen from OU the last few years.
Well, let's also not put the cart before the horse. They had those 27 takeaways in 2015. They won the Big 12 title. They lost 2 games. One of them is in the college football playoff to Clemson. Got skull-dragged 37-17. So let's not just pretend that 24 takeaways is going to get Oklahoma to where it needs to be, because, frankly, they've been to the college football playoff 3 times. They've got skull-dragged 3 times. So there's much more that you got to do, and saying that you're just going to be physical and you're going to out-effort people isn't going to be enough. I'm going to need to see Alex Grinch come up with something that we haven't seen before, especially running this scheme, because, again, putting bigger dudes at smaller positions sounds interesting on paper,
sure,
but the thing that we've seen was, can you stop the run? Can you get those takeaways while you stop the run? Because, again, in that Clemson game that had those 27 takeaways in a season, they got run over, 315 yards rushing. So if you're going to do this, you're going to have to get the ball back in a hurry, and if people can run on you, it ain't going to matter.
RJ, how many people do you think that they'll sign tomorrow, OU?
1, 2, 3, 4? I don't know, Dave. I would guess at 1 at this point, but the boat is mostly full.
At least 1, yeah.
They have 4 available scholarships, though.
I mean, you always have to factor in somebody's going to leave, Dave.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get out of here before the summer's over.
They enrolled 29 guys so far, and they have the one guy left. I'm sorry. I'm looking back at the 2015 class. They have 23 of already signed.
Mm-hmm.
They have one more guy who's going to sign tomorrow, but they have 5. No, they didn't have. About 5 early enrollees, but you can count back to last year. So,
well, and the other reason that I'm kind of tweaking is because we don't reveal commitments. That's not what we do here. The kid comes out, the kid wants to sign. That'll be that. Now, you know about the one because he committed, but we're not going to be on the radio talking about which kid is going to sign or not, or how many, because National Signing Day is not what it used to be. You basically got the kids narrowed down to who you think might do something versus the ones you don't expect to do anything, and it's mostly more of a celebratory function for the staff and for fans of recruiting. But you also can have folks like Patrick who just don't get off on it because they believe that everybody is negotiating their price for an exit, which I don't think makes college football players any different than anybody else in any other job. So back away there, Pat.
No, I'm for it. Again, if you're a player, you're committed until something better comes along, and the school is the same way. It's a two-way street.
Same thing with employees. You get under contract until you get a better contract and a better deal. Why is it any different for college football players?
No, I'm okay with it.
Okay, all right.
I'm just saying. But what I'm saying is, look, it's a two-way street for both sides, so I don't have a problem with that.
Well, and
RJ,
go for
RJ, as of 10:38 on February 5th, what do you think Kyler Murray's going to do?
Play football. He's going to play football. He's going to report to spring training to turn the screws on somebody to make a deal to get him into a private workout at some point when nobody gets to see. He's going to throw the ball all over the field. They're going to see everything they like, and they're going to draft him in that 10 to 15 range, trade up and get him. That's what's going to happen. The kid wants to play football. He doesn't want to come out and say he wants to play football. I understand that because we know that his buying power is all influence and what people think versus what he has said. And like Dax Hill's recruitment, I'm fascinated by how good he is at keeping his mouth shut. Because in this day and age of folks telling everybody everything, he's been able to keep what he's doing under wraps and make everybody march to his beat.
RJ Young joining us again. You can find him on his YouTube channel, Fight Me with RJ Young, 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, as well as OUinsider.com. And, you looked at, we've talked defense, we've talked some signing day, we talked a little bit of Kyler Murray. Again, we talked about your thoughts on the early signing day, if you will. I
enjoy it. I do. I think it's leveled the playing field in a lot of ways because it used to be guys like Nick Saban who had a lot of influence in college football, for rightfully so, would swoop in the last week or 2 weeks and give an offer to a kid that was all set to go somewhere else, like let's say, for instance, Oklahoma, right? And then wants to go there to Alabama. I also like the idea of getting with the times. The kids are graduating early. They are making decisions to skip senior year and skip prom and get straight to the business of playing football. And that has helped them get in, not onto the field, not just onto the field, but also be better as players and as students in college, which is why you're going to high school. If you're playing football at this level, you want to go to big-time universities to play big-time college football, which means that you got to do big-time college academics. And I really just enjoy it all the way around. The kids get to celebrate this before Christmas. They get to go through New Year, and then off to the business of football.
Like I said, I think teams like Alabama, no matter what your system is, Alabama's always going to have an advantage. But I felt the early signing day, it kind of helps maybe some of the smaller teams. It allows them to get a kid signed and in, maybe before. Again, you could always use the Josh Jacobs scenario in that one. Maybe if someone would have gotten on him sooner, he would have signed before Alabama jumped in. But again, Alabama, even to an extent OU, Texas, those guys always are going to have the advantage no matter what the system is.
Well, and you make a good point there because Lincoln Riley got to use that advantage on early signing day. Ty DeArmond was a kid that was all set to go to Arizona State, and then the day of, he says, hey, you signed? No, sir. You want to come to OU? Yes, sir. And that's how that went. So like it can go any way you want it to go. But if you are willing to beat the pavement and build relationships with these kids, it pays off for you very early in early signing day. And with Lincoln, where you got a dude who's actually a wizard when it comes to getting into living rooms who also can call the plays, you can walk in there and sell somebody on you without a defensive coordinator and lock them up before they get an opportunity to change their mind come February.
Excellent stuff, man. Hey, we'll chat Thursday.
All right, fellas, I appreciate you.
Thanks, RJ.
Yeah, RJ Young, again, find him on his YouTube channel.